everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so excited to be talking to you guys again. The feedback and the warm welcome back to YouTube has been incredible, so thank you everyone for interacting with the videos, for leaving your sweet comments, for personally messaging me. It has been so great to see you guys, to talk to you guys, and to honestly just be back on YouTube. I miss YouTube a lot, so I'm excited to be back and posting. This week's video is a really fun video. It is a little different than anything I've ever done before, but I wanted to take you guys through all of the apps that I have on my phone that allow me to work my business 100% remote. Beauty of the day and age that we live in is literally this is all you need. Like, I don't even need my laptop. Obviously there's things I prefer to do on my laptop than I prefer to do on my phone, but when push comes to shove, I can literally do everything from my iPhone. So I want to take you guys through my phone and basically show you all of the apps that I use that allow me to operate my business on such a huge scale, but literally from a tiny iPhone. So if you guys are excited, give this video a thumbs up. If you have any video requests, comment down below. I do read through them and I do keep them in mind when I'm thinking of content and videos for you guys. So please leave your suggestions. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Also, not to mention, I did buy a brand new car and that's where I'm filming this video, and I've been so obsessed with sitting in my car that I was like, why don't I just film this week's video in my car? Because I love being in my car, and this is the first big girl purchase like I have ever made, and I absolutely love her. If you guys want a car tour, let me know, but I am so obsessed and I'm just so proud of myself, and thank you guys for supporting me. Let's go ahead and see what is inside my phone. Okay, this may be a little controversial, but I do have two phones for good reason. I promise. This is my personal phone, which obviously I have my business stuff on here as well, but I got this phone 4 years ago and it literally has no SIM card in it, nothing, and it's strictly just for business. Keep the red flag comments to yourself. I get that question a lot if I have like a business dedicated phone, and I do. But anyways, this is my phone and we're just gonna go through my Airbnb folder. So I have a folder literally titled Airbnb, and this has all of my business apps and whatever in this one folder. So we're just gonna go ahead and break it down. Now I'm gonna put my screen like right here so I don't have to like keep flipping my phone to show you guys. On the bottom I have obviously the Airbnb app. I am in here every single day at some point, multiple times a day. Airbnb is my biggest platform that I have my third-party bookings on, so it's just really easy to access and have it right there on my dock. Right next to Airbnb is my Discord app. I do all of my communications on both the business side. So for my Airbnb business, I talk to every single one of my employees. Anyone who is working with me is in this Discord. So my cleaners, my VAs, my co-host is in my Discord. And I can do a dedicated video on kind of how I organize my Discord, what kind of channels I have, and how I've kind of built out the systems and operations with Discord to help manage my company better. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. But not only do I have my business Discord, but I also have my Airbnb Takeoff Discord. So this is my mentorship program. So if you do decide you want mentorship with me, you get access to a members only Discord. Inside of this Discord, you get access to me. We can communicate one-on-one. It's not like a VA speaking for me. You actually get to talk to me. And also you get to communicate with the other like 300 to 400 other students, continuously growing, to network, to meet like-minded people, to ask for advice, and then also every single week I do live Q&A. So Discord is really cool. I'm in here 24/7. I'm sure you've heard of Discord before. It's pretty popular for a lot of different things. Airbnb, Discord are probably the two most used apps on my phone. Right next to that is WhatsApp. I talk to a few different connects on WhatsApp, and then Spotify, which is not business related. Moving into my actual Airbnb app, number one, LastPass. If you guys are not familiar with LastPass, LastPass is a literal lifesaver. Not even just if you're a business owner, but if you just need any sort of password generator or like something to remember your passwords, LastPass is like the end all be all. Whenever you create a password, you can save it to your LastPass and then it will auto populate anytime you go to open up that software or like website. It's a lifesaver because I literally have hundreds of thousands of passwords in my head and it just automatically fills it. I use that a lot. and I highly recommend. Right next to LastPass is Lodgify. I don't only use it for my direct bookings, but primarily that is what I use it for. And also just automations, so it really helps streamline basically every aspect of my business into one place, which is the ultimate goal. And I know I've talked about Lodgify in some of my previous videos, but I have really been going hard with my direct bookings these past couple of months. Things with these third parties like are kind of getting annoying, and I don't know, I want more control. I do use Lodgify primarily for my direct bookings, which basically means I'm not working with guests from Airbnb. This is completely separate. I can literally like send someone a link, and just like you go to book a hotel, you could go and book my own property. So it's really cool. Like send them my website and they can just book it directly through my website. But another really amazing thing is that they're integrated with PriceLabs. I use PriceLabs for all of my dynamic pricing strategies, and since they are integrated with them, it makes being able to use both of them super easy, super streamlined. I use dynamic pricing strategies for my properties on Airbnb and VRBO as well, but when you're working with direct bookings, that pricing strategy is completely different. You don't have these huge third-party sites to kind of bounce off of. So when I started switching over to direct bookings, I was really nervous about like how to price them, or if I was pricing them too high or too low. But since Lodgify is integrated with PriceLabs, it makes the pricing strategies super easy. That's another really good bonus. Pricing is extremely important, if not one of the most important things for your short-term rental. And with these dynamic pricing strategies, you can look at like supply and demand, seasonal trends, literally the list goes on. Like if there's events going on in the area, it will bump up your price, and you don't even have to manually go in and do it. It literally does all of that from all of the data that it has combined. Another really great thing about Lodgify is they automate their whole entire communication with your guests. So basically, you can set up automated replies. They also have AI replies, which is a new thing that you can kind of give it like keywords and it will auto-populate a response for the guest. But they have AI replies and they also have automated replies. So if you constantly get a question about, hey, where's the lockbox? You can come up with an automated reply that once they see these specific words, it will push out this message. And that alone is literally amazing because it allows you to just not spend time answering these redundant questions when literally you can just have the software automatically reply to these guests for you. You could also send automated replies and emails throughout their stay. So if you have like your check-in instructions that you want to send maybe a day before checkout, this can automatically go out to the guest. You don't have to manually go in and send these messages to every single one of your guests. If you have a couple units, that may not be super annoying, but it's definitely still going to be annoying. But imagine if you have like 50 units, 100 units, like having to remember to do that would actually, I think, be impossible and also a nightmare. So the fact that you can set up automated replies, automated emails, or any automated messaging to go out at any point of a guest stay is just like a lifesaver. Now, another really amazing thing about Lodgify is their check-in instructions are super simple and easy for the guests to understand. Before a guest check-in, you can actually send either an automated text, which is awesome, it can go literally straight to their phone, or an automated email. Sends them a form that they can fill out and let you know exactly when they're arriving, and if you have any pre-check-in requirements or anything you want the guests to know, you can send it in that text. So it makes check-in super smooth, and it also avoids getting those like repeating questions from guests. You can literally just put it all right in their pre-check-in information to avoid any question. I briefly talked about this earlier, but Lodgify's AI assistant is just like so mind-blowing to me. Like I think it's super cool to see how AI is like benefiting my actual business. I know there's a lot of cons to it that I am aware of and they have affected me, but having a AI assistant is pretty cool. And like I said, you can set up the specific words that it can recognize or like triggers that the AI software can see, and then they'll automatically push a message out. So I think it's really cool. You can cultivate those relationships with your guests without you having to actually do it. It's just an assistant. But with the AI assistant, it can be a lot more personal and one-on-one, and you can have those longer conversations with guests that kind of set you apart from others. And it's definitely not you necessarily, but like the guest feels like it's you, so it creates a lot more of a personal experience and definitely leaves like a lasting impression on the guest. It's it's all AI, so it's really cool and definitely a time saver. And obviously just the whole entire like guest experience, I feel like start from finish using Lodgify is really just chef's kiss. The guest experience, you also have to remember, starts before they even book your place. So the guest experience starts as soon as they search up your property, as soon as they click on your website. That is the start of the guest experience. And with Lodgify, everything is super simple, everything is user-friendly, everything is clean, and it's user-friendly for everyone, not only me who I have to go in and like make the website, but it's user-friendly for these people who are coming on my website to book a stay. It's not complicated, there's no hidden fees, there's no hidden messages, it's all there and it's all super simple. And not only do I appreciate it, but my guests definitely do. Another really cool thing about the AI assistant is how fast they can reply to people. So there's a very fine line between like when a guest message you a question and when you respond. If you take too long, guests are gonna leave and they're gonna go find another property. There's hundreds of thousands of properties, so your response time is extremely important. And with all these automated replies or automated emails or the Lodgify's AI assistant, this allows you to literally be able to respond almost instantly, which can make or break a reservation. And just another thing that I really love about Lodgify is that I have more time to do other things because of how many automations they have. Any big business owner always wants to spend less time working inside the business and more time working on the outside of the business to be able to grow it. And if I were to have to be responding to every single guest or sending out every single email, text, booking confirmation, checkout instructions, check-in instructions, I simply would not be able to continue to grow my business. But Lodgify allows me to automate all those tiny things that add up, and then I can take that 75% of my time and go focus on getting more units or scaling or optimizing or helping my students or starting a new business. Like, it has allowed me so much time to build, scale, grow, and do other ventures that I would not have if I had to do all of this on my own. I could literally talk about it all day, but if you guys are interested in signing up with Lodgify, you can use my code Haley15 for 15% off. Now, please remember, you can't only just use my code, you also have to use the link in my description. So at the top of the description, there will be the link. Click that link and then use my code Haley15 for 15% off. The next app is Stripe. So this is a payment processor. I use this for my Airbnb takeoff program. So if you sign up for my program, the payment processor I use is Stripe, but Stripe is also integrated through Lodgify. So if I get payments through my Lodgify account, they go to my Stripe. Stripe is amazing. It's really great. It's popular in like a bunch of entrepreneur spaces. Next is Ring. This is pretty obvious, but a lot of my properties either have a Ring camera or a Blink camera. So I have both the Ring and the Blinks. They're the same thing, just for some reason, Rings don't work in some properties. I don't know if it's the way they're built, but like the connection is really bad. So I have both Ring and Blink. I don't really check these that often, but my VAs do. In case of emergency, I like to have them on here because obviously, like, if something happens, I can just easily click it and see. Then I have Schlage. So I use these smart locks. I think they're the best smart locks. You can change the codes from your phone. They're all electronic, and it makes check-in process for the guests super easy. I need to change the code, or I need to virtually open the door for a guest. I can do that all from my phone. So that's what Schlage is for. Then I have the Duello app. Duello is another smart lock brand. It's literally like the same thing. It's just a different brand. Some of my properties already had Duellos installed, so instead of switching them out for Schlages, I just used the Duello. It's the same thing. You can change the locks from your phone. You can unlock the unit, lock the unit from your phone. It's really convenient and has saved me a lot of different times. If guests have forgot fobs or anything like that, it's really convenient to have on your phone. Next is Butterfly MX. This is a device that is outside multiple of my properties. I did not know about it until like earlier this year, but I think it's really interesting. It's basically just a device, like a call box. It's literally like a call box, and it's virtual access to the building. So I give my guests a call box number that they can punch in, and they can gain access from the outside of the building without having a fob. So it's really easy, really convenient, and that is what Butterfly is. Next is MyQ. So this is for my garages. This is a software that you can use for your garages to have mobile access. So it's the same thing as basically the smart locks, except there's no code, but I can open and close any garage from across the world through my phone. So it's really convenient. Next is PayPal. This is obviously, again, for obvious reasons. It's just a payment processor. I used to pay my cleaners through PayPal. Next is the Fire TV app. So all of my TVs are Fire TVs. Obviously, they're smart TV, so I have all of the pins, all of the codes, and basically all of the TVs are hooked up under my business Fire account, if that makes sense, and I can see every single one of them. Next is Blink. I talked about this earlier, but is literally the same thing as Ring. It's just a different brand. And last is ExpressVPN. Now, this is a lifesaver. I did not know about this until earlier this year, but if you're not using ExpressVPN, you guys are like actually crazy. Literally, I have this on 24/7, and it is to prevent like hackers or anyone from like hacking any of your stuff. So like if you're at like the airport, for example, and you join the airport Wi-Fi without a VPN, you're actually insane. I just spent the last 2 months backpacking. I went to Southeast Asia and Europe, and literally VPN was my best friend because I was joining some weird Wi-Fi servers and I was scared. So definitely use VPN if you're not using it, and ExpressVPN is my personal favorite. It's really easy to use. You literally just like click a button and boom, you're like protected. You do have to pay for it, but it is totally worth it. But yeah, y'all, that is basically everything that is on my phone. I don't know how exciting that was. Obviously there's other things, but like for the most part, every single day I'm in that folder using those apps at least once a day. I would say obviously like the TV one is not very frequent, but that is basically it. So if you guys have any questions about any of the apps that I use, or you want to know anything more about Lodgify, don't forget to use my code Haley15 and the link in the description. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye!